Hello, hello. We are live here at the Microsoft booth at ISE, and I'm here and I'm joined with my friends from HP Poly and my colleague Lee Edgerton.
Hi, I'm Lee from Microsoft. Thanks, Joan. And I'm joined here today by Brandon and Mo from HP Poly. How are you guys?
Hi.
Yeah, hi. So let's just jump right into it. So, we're here at the largest, trade show in Europe, all about, integrated systems. What is HP Poly going to be announcing here?
I don't think we have anything very specifically detailed that we're announcing. I think we're hinting on a lot of different changes to our portfolio and new things coming in the roadmap. So I would stay tuned for future shows past this one.
Oh, I love a good mystery.
Yeah, right. It is. It's very mysterious. So and HP has a large show coming up here in the next month or so that there may be some announcements at. I can't confirm or deny any of that.
All right, all right. So while we're here at the show, we should really tell our viewers to go and see the HP Poly booth, right? What do you guys, what are you showing there?
Everything, right? As HP Poly, if we look at the Poly side first, right, we had headsets, we have phones, we have video devices, USB cameras, personal, shared spaces. But now, with the merger with HP, we have so much more, right? We have laptops, we have docks, we have displays, we have keyboards, we have mice, we have all of these different things. And you go to our booth, we're showcasing all of it. How do all of those products go together better when it's all HP and Poly?
That's a powerful message, right?
Yeah.
And I think, just to add to that, I think that's one of the things that really excites me about joining the HP Poly family, right? Previously it was all about AV, having the very best in audio, having the very best in video, and then all of a sudden, we've expanded the portfolio massively. So when we look at modern work, and we look at, pretty much an organization that wants to really kit out the modern work practice, we pretty much have the full A to Z range of devices and services and the whole portfolio to cover it. So super, super exciting.
Yeah.
You can tell from the smile on my face.
Now, awesome. And it's been about 60 seconds, and I'm going to mention AI now because we waited too long. The last 12 months has been transformational, right?
Yeah.
We know what we're seeing on our side, on how AI is coming to life in our products, but tell me, what does AI mean to HP Poly?
I get asked this question a lot. Everyone asks, what are you doing with AI? And then I try to remind people that AI's been around for a while, just in different forms. Like if we look at AI, there's generative AI, which is huge buzz in the market right now. But the AI of me looking at people in a room and finding specific faces and putting them in specific places, that's AI, it's machine learning.
Absolutely,
so our director AI and our audio experiences, we've been doing artificial intelligence for a long time. Now, how do we couple that with generative AI with Microsoft? I think that story is still evolving, as we're sitting here today, right? The feature-rich things that are coming through the MTR app, whether it's on Windows or whether it's on Android, we don't know 100% what's going to be coming, but we know that our hardware and our engineers are in the right place to consume that, to make a good solution out of that.
Yeah, no, totally agree. And I guess, when we look at AI and we look at kind of Copilot and everything else that's starting to come along, I come from that generation of watching Terminator, right? So it's like Skynet taking over the world, but actually it's not as scary, right? It's super intelligent, it helps a lot, but I think just the word Copilot says everything, right? Because a lot of people are assuming it's autopilot, where it will take over your job and do everything for you, but actually what we're finding is stuff that would have taken me hours to do now takes me minutes because I'm using the power of Copilot and the AI capabilities, and then you couple them with the great stuff that we've got on our devices, and it just makes life so much more easier.
Yeah, I'm not scared of automatic meeting notes at all. I don't think that the world's going to be taken over by automatic meeting notes. No. I'm all for it.
I love it.
Yes.
We rely on it.
Yeah,
it saves us 20% of our time in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome.
Exactly.
It's fantastic.
Meeting fatigue is real.
Yeah. Super real. So is jet lag. As the last few months, we've seen this huge shift towards Android.
Yeah.
And I know that HP Poly's got a lot of Android systems. I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about the power of your Android systems.
So we've been in Android, I think, since MTRA started. With our first generation codecs, the Poly Studio X30, the X50, the X70, the G7500. Now we're on our second generation of Android codecs. The X52, we have newer versions of those which we're evolving and we're looking at from a portfolio standpoint. And then if you jump over to our phones, our phones are Android driven as well. Like we're on our first generation phones, we're always evolving those as well. I think those solutions from an installation standpoint, a lot of times people always ask, are you an MTR Windows or are you an MTR Android? You know, from us, we're a PC manufacturer, so we're a little bit of both. You know, it all comes down to what is the customer looking for, what does their IT want to deploy, how do we do that best? Android has some great things that it does, Windows has some great things that it does. It all fits well, and we see a blend as well.
Yeah.
You know, we have a lot of customers that in focus rooms, they'll put in Android, and their large integrated spaces, they're going to put in Windows-based solutions. So as far as HP Poly is concerned, we support everything because we have solutions that cover all of it.
And I think just to add to that, I think the scariness of Android is starting to kind of wither away as well.
Yeah,
so in the early days, everyone was worried about security, everyone was worried about, oh, adding Android into a meeting room space could be a little scary, but actually, just as you said, we're now starting to see that mix. You know, if you've got a small, medium-sized room, generally, customers tend to go Android because it's easy to deploy, it's relatively cheap. And then when you need those large, complex rooms where you need modular solutions, yes, you can go Android, but then of course, Windows is there as well.
Yeah, and as in a PC manufacturer, we're trying to close that gap on time to installation. You know, we want our PCs to be as easy and as fast to install and deploy MTR as an Android system is. And that's a hard mark, right? It's turn it on, maybe load some firmware.
Yeah.
So we're striving towards that every day with our images, with our PCs, with the hardware that we make, to try and close that gap and make it easy for everybody.
Yeah, great, awesome. And so you've seen there's been all this change, right? I mean, we're talking about AI, we've spoken like this shift to Android everything. Where are we going? Like 2 to 3 years time, where do you see this space?
Wow.
That's
That's like a loaded question if I ever got one. I don't know that I can make predictions. What I can do is give you an answer based off of what customers are asking us for.
That'd be great.
Right? Because we really have to be driving towards what customers want. So if you look at where we are today, you know, it's a single camera with a single stream going to the far end, and I'm pulling people out. And I think our idea of that evolution is going to be bringing multiple cameras in with single streams going to the far end, and then enabling multiple cameras to have multiple streams going to the far end so that we can give that best possible face-forward solution for our customers. Because I don't know about you, like if I go to the office and I'm going to use a conference room, I need it to do what it's supposed to do, and it can't be difficult.
Absolutely, yeah.
We always get challenged. We've had a couple CEOs challenge us and say, the meeting room the experience in the meeting room has to be better than me taking a call in my kitchen from my laptop.
Of course.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
Right? So the AI, the machine learning, the hardware that we have, that's what we're striving for. And then I have to do that for 9 or 10 different people in the room all at the same time. So I think that's where that evolution comes to of how many cameras do we really need to give everyone that inclusive, like I'm there and they only see me in the room.
And I think just to add to what you're saying, that to me is super important. I mean, for everyone that's watching here today, you have no idea, but my feet are not actually touching the ground. I'm not sure. So in real life, when I'm standing inside of a physical meeting room, I'm like the shortest guy alive there, right? So when cameras are not positioned correctly, or we don't have multiple cameras that are able to actually do that best face forward, for somebody like me, I don't have the best face forward. So bringing that technology where somebody like me doesn't have to actually think about it, I'm always going to get the best image. You know, people at the remote end are always going to see. I mean, most of the people that do see me on YouTube and on video will assume I'm as tall as everybody else, but in reality, I'm really short.
Well, we're all the same height on team.
There you go. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Well, you know, thank you. We've done a lot of the asking of the questions here. So what did we miss? What do you guys want to add?
You know, I think I get asked a lot. I think I've been asked twice today, like, how is your merger going?
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
if you go back, right, Polycom, Plantronics, Poly, now it's HP Poly. And what I would tell customers is it's been an awesome experience as an employee to go through that merger, but what I've seen come out of that is a new spark from engineering teams, a new spark in innovation, a new spark in hardware. Like, as the guy who does Microsoft certifications and testing, like I have a lab at home, right? And as I'm testing through things, you know, and I find out HP has a lab that does that. And I didn't know. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, what a great resource. I had no idea. Who would have thought? Little things like that have really helped. And I think how that translates to our customers are, it helps us execute better, operationalize what we do, and have just a grander portfolio of products that work well together. At the end of the day, you can get laptops, headsets, phones, keyboards, mice, displays, video devices. Like I can keep going on all the things you can get from one company. I think there's a lot of value there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. Please visit the HP Poly booth here at ISE. Thank you.
Thank you.